So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. On January 1st, I will be sworn in as the mayor of New York City.
Tonight, New York's political stage is set for a showdown no one saw coming. At the center, Saurin Mandani, a name that's not just making headlines for his bold, progressive vision, but for the extraordinary family legacy that shadows every step he takes. Let's rewind. Picture this: Uganda, 1972. A dictator's decree. Mahmud Mamdani, one of Africa's most brilliant political minds, is forced into exile, stripped of his citizenship for daring to speak out, for simply being of Indian descent. Years pass, the world changes, but Mahmud, he returns, unbroken, determined to rebuild what was lost. And then there's Mira Nair. Yes, that Mira Nair, the cinematic force behind Monsoon Wedding and Mississippi Masala, the woman who made Denzel Washington a household name before People magazine ever did. "Filmmaking is a disease," she once said, "and I'm very, very sick." Together, Mahmud and Mira are a powerhouse, Harvard graduates, global voices, relentless in their pursuit of justice and art. Their son, Zohran, grew up in a world where dinner-table conversations blurred the lines between politics, storytelling, and activism. From Uganda to South Africa and finally to New York, he learned to cross borders, cultural, political, literal, before he could even tie his shoes. By high school, Zohran was already a New Yorker in spirit, graduating from Bronx Science, then earning a degree in Africana Studies from Bowdoin College. But his journey didn't stop at academia. He became a housing counselor, fighting evictions across the city, where his ideals collided with the harsh realities of New York's housing crisis. But wait, there's a twist. Zohran wasn't just an activist. He was also a hip-hop producer, known as Mr. Cardamom, blending his mother's creative fire with the raw energy of city life. And as his campaign for mayor heated up, Mira herself stepped away from the director's chair to cook biryani for campaign volunteers. His father, now 79, jokes, "We never expected to be the parents of a mayoral candidate." And then, against all odds, Saurin Mandani wins the Democratic primary. A stunning upset. "We won with a vision that spoke to every New Yorker," he declares. But as the spotlight intensifies, another figure quietly emerges. His wife, Rama Duwaji. Who is she? Not a political insider, not a socialite, but a Syrian artist whose illustrations have graced the pages of the Washington Post and the New Yorker. Her art speaks louder than any press conference. And their love story? Forget the cliches. They met on Hinge, the dating app you've probably deleted more times than you'd admit. They married in a quiet civil ceremony at City Hall, followed by a modest celebration in Dubai. Nothing extravagant, just family, joy, and a $72 per guest dinner. But the internet never sleeps. Trolls pounced, accusing Saurin of hiding his wife, attacking Rama for her pro-Palestine art, twisting their Dubai celebration into a scandal. Saurin fired back on Instagram. "3 months ago, I married the love of my life. You can critique my views, but not my family." Rama, ever the artist, let her election night photo carousel do the talking, adorable photo booth snaps, an "I voted" sticker, and a childhood pic of Saurin that could melt even the coldest heart. And just when you think the story can't get any bigger, enter Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The congresswoman, the icon, the kingmaker. She's all in for Saurin, ranking him #1 for mayor. But even AOC's own love life is a tale worth telling. Her fiancé, Riley Roberts, has been by her side since their Boston University days, long before the world knew her name. He's the quiet force, the intellectual sparring partner, the man who moved across the country to support her rise. They got engaged in Puerto Rico, but keep their romance low-key, rarely sharing it with the world. Riley is her anchor, her confidant, her unofficial bodyguard. In a city hungry for authenticity, these are the stories that matter. Not just the policies, but the people, their struggles, their triumphs, their love.